what ended up happening is I had this dream last night, and I actually woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I debated on whether or not going live because I had only had like 2 hours or 3 hours of sleep. I had told you guys I'm not going live tonight, and then I went straight to sleep. I don't even know if y'all responded to that, those of you who are in the group chat. So, in those 2 to 3 hours, I had this extremely active dream. And the crux of it that I can remember to share, because I remember waking up going, I need to remember this dream. And so I stayed up for a few hours afterwards. That's why I said maybe I should go live. But I stayed up for a few hours afterwards. And so the crux of the dream is this: there were magical peoples. Again, a magic reference, right? But there were magical people. And so, and by magical people, I mean people like us, right? These spiritual people who have incredible gifts. Everybody has some level of gift, but this is like not some level of gift. This is like obvious gift, not just, oh, I had a dream. This is like, I have dreams, like that kind of thing. So, there were, so I'll just say magical people, but it's more spiritually gifted people. And the government was looking for these people. That's the dream. So the government was looking for these people and actively pursuing these people. And I think that's going to be true because um, if you had seen something lately, like over the last couple months, there was something about the DNA where people have other as one of their DNA things. And there, if you look it up, this was like literally released, I think in November of last year or something. And it was saying that the people who have other may tend to be galactical type of people. And that's the thing that they're saying. I think it's that they think it's other kind of people, not necessarily galactic people. Um, so it gave me an impression of X-Man when they were doing, like looking for mutants. That's basically what this is that they're very strongly spiritual gifted people that they want to get rid of because we are the answer to what they're doing. And if you notice, like some of us have really found solace in the spiritual gifts and like being able to have some kind of, I won't say control, but some kind of flashlight in this darkness. Uh, I know that it's been a balm to my mind. Like I was in high anxiety after this guy won. And to the point where like on inauguration day, I deleted all my socials so I wouldn't see it for 2 weeks because I didn't want to see snippets of it. I didn't want to see anything about it. And when, if you watch this thing, oh my God, I can't remember where they were when they said it, but if you watched that video, it was, matter of fact, I think it's around here. Hold on, let me see if I can. I'm gonna go play it real quick. But when he talks about the, hold on, let me look up information. I'm gonna do it by transcript so that you can hear what he said. But that's when I realized, right? They keep coming back and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying to win, and they keep losing and keep losing and keep losing. This is a soul group of
Globally.
people.
How is this
Hold on. This is a soul group of people, right? So they keep coming back to do the same thing over and over again, and they get closer and closer, and then boom. No, what happens? People spiritually awaken. It's like I said, the vampires versus the werewolves type of thing. Not transaction. What's the word? Um, information. Okay, here he goes. So this is what he said. Hold on. When he said this, I was like, oh my gosh, that's what the spiritual awakening part is. Um, so he says, The information age, information. So we're living into an information age equivalent. Information age, the millionaires or the. Okay. All it says is that this is a. I don't want it to go too far, so I'm trying to see where it is when he said spreading like a industrial. Okay, let me look up industrial because he said it at the same time, and that's when it clicked for me. Okay, industrial age ruled the planet, born into the thing, and then the latter part of the prominent media illustration purposes get straight into it. I think it was right here. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Hey, Amanda. But this, I think this is what clued
World
me in.
and prominent media figures. It says the annual dialogue retreats, which have been compared to the quasi
Okay, I think this was around this point.
secret elite conferences like the Bilderberg Group and the Bohemian Grove since they began in.
Okay. Oh no, I went too far. Here we go. Let's go here.
Born in the industrial age. And the younger generation has literally been born into a new age called the information age. So what we're living through right now is the destruction of the industrial age and all aspects of society that are built on the industrial age. And all of this stuff is being reborn into like an information age equivalent. So when we talk about internet technologies or AI or even whatever the next technology is going to be, we need to see it within the lens that the latter part of the industrial age was about worker rights, about equality for all
this
people.
is where we are.
The information age is going to be ruled by Jupiter. So the people who succeed in the information age are people who meditate, people who teach and inspire and educate.
Exactly. Okay, this is exactly where we are. Are y'all able to hear? Let me know if you're able to hear. Because I want you to hear what he said. With there are the three ages, right? So there's the industrial age of 100 years ago. Then there's an information age, which started what in like the late 80s to the 90s. You know, the internet age, and then and AI still counts as part of that. And then we're in. He just said what will follow it and will like be the cure to it in an essence. Hold on.
The latter part of the industrial age was about worker rights, about equality for all people.
Hold on, let me put on a caption.
The latter part of the industrial age was about worker rights, about equality for all people. The information age is going to be ruled by Jupiter. So the people who succeed in the information age are people who meditate, people who teach and inspire and educate.
You see that? So hold on. So he said the people who will succeed in the age that we're in now.
That the industrial age is collapsing.
Okay, the industrial age is collapsing.
From a planetary point of view, the industrial age is ruled by the planet Saturn, which is all about us, the worker bees. And the latter part of
industrial age ruled by Saturn, which is the worker bees. Whatever you just said. Hold on, I just missed it. Hold on.
This way, coming back to what I was saying before, that the industrial age is collapsing. From a planetary point of view, the industrial age is ruled by the planet Saturn, which is all about us, the worker bees. And the latter part of the industrial age was about worker rights, about equality for all people. The information age is going to be ruled by Jupiter. So the people who succeed in the information age are people who meditate, people who teach and inspire and educate others. But the gap in the middle, where one society collapses and the other is recreated, is going to be ruled by Rahu. And Rahu is the opposite of Ketu. It's all about the head. It's about psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissistic people. And Peter Thiel, in his books, he uses the term neurodiverse to say that the people in his network have like autism or Asperger's in the case of Elon Musk. There's something not quite right in their brain functioning but he uses the term neurodiverse to excuse sociopathic behavior.
So, isn't that interesting? What he was saying about, he said in the middle is Rahu, and Rahu, from what I understand, having watched Hogarth a few times, because he always talks about Rahu, but Rahu is about, it's Vedic astrology, not just regular astrology. It's based off of, I think it's Indian astrology, like older, more ancient astrology, really. And so, Rahu is about tearing, like Saturn and Rahu are literally about tearing everything down. And that makes sense because that's the age I'm currently in my life cycle. And everything that I've known, believed, has been torn all the way down. And I'm having to rebuild as I'm coming out of it now, finally. But that's the gap that we're in right now as a country, is this tearing down of what we used to believe and making way for something new. And so, like he said, the people who are going to, and this is about the 30-minute mark. I think I just shared the post. This is about the 20. Okay, let me see. It's about 29 minutes in to the video that I just shared with you guys. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just copy the link at where it is. I would suggest you watch the whole thing because it's really good. Hearing from these two people who will talk about this Vedic astrology, but that particular part of it where he mentions that it's going to be the people who can teach, the people who can inspire, the people who, what do you say? Teach, inspire.
This way, coming
Hold
back to
on,
what I
I
was
can't
saying
remember
before, that
anything.
the industrial age is collapsing, from a planetary point of view, the industrial age is ruled by the planet Saturn, which is all about us, the worker bees. And the latter part of the industrial age was about worker rights, about equality for all people. The information age is going to be ruled by Jupiter. So the people who succeed in the information age,
The people who succeed in the in the people who succeed in the information age.
the people who meditate,
Okay, so it's going to be people who meditate,
people who teach and inspire,
people who teach and inspire,
and educate others.
and educate. So meditate, teach, inspire, educate. In other words, you guys, us, right? So instead of just the kind of people who get up and go to work every day, there's nothing wrong with that. Trust me. There's a lot of us who wish we could do that. And Suze was just on here earlier and she said the hiring is like really good right now. So if you're looking for a job, be applying. And go through like, temp agencies and stuff, because they have better ends than just applying to some website. But anyway, so I just lost what I was saying. But as you guys can see, like you can have a tower moment real quick with that because it's like you're fired because they put tariffs on us or because they did this or because they did that. So it's like now we can't. And as we were talking about earlier, we're still not feeling the effects of not having ships go through the straits for the last 5 months. We don't feel that yet. We're about to. The gas prices has nothing to do with the strait. The gas price has everything to do with the greed of these companies. That's it. That's not even a limited supply. Because if we had a limited supply, how are we trying to sell people gas? Anyway, so but he's saying the people who are going to survive this information age, this age in which AI is taking your jobs, so to speak, and it's going to be in every industry, y'all. The ones who are going to survive this are going to be the ones who help people center themselves, help people regulate themselves. So it's going to be the healers. It's going to be the seers. It's going to be the communicators. So the people who meditate and help people center themselves, the people who teach and inspire. So I'm going to tell you, like seriously, right now, you need to be listening to this particular part of this video and understand that If you want to survive all these changes that are going to be happening over the next few years, because AI is, it can be stopped, they're choosing not to. So now it's being so infiltrated in our entire lives that it's going to be like toothpaste out of the bottle. Like you just can't put it back in, right? So right now it's a lie to say you can't stop it, kind of, because now the governments are all fighting each other to get the first AI like army or something. But other than that, as far as the impact upon society and the world, oh, we absolutely can stop it, but they're choosing not to. They just want to see how far they can go, and some of them, it really is just like an idiot who's like, I can build the tallest tower, and it's like, but you don't need to. But I want to see if I can. Like they're really like that. But other people are extremely evil and sadistic, and they're like, I want to put chips in people's brains and make them live forever and do whatever I say. Like the Peters of this world, right? Um, but in order to survive this, in order to be somebody who is not AI replicable, you're going to be the ones who meditate, and not just meditate, but like help people center themselves. Like I said, like personal development, spiritual development. Those are the people who are going, and physical development, like um, implementing these things in different ways, but then also the people who teach and inspire. So, not just teach people the same things over and over again that is Googleable or that is something AI can give you, but people who are coming from experience, knowledge, expertise, and engagement, like being able to inspire you, empower you. Okay. And then there's the educating. So, they're almost the same thing, but it's just the same path. Basically, the people touch is how we're going to get through the AI touch. Um, and if you notice, like these people really aren't at this point replicable. They're just not by AI, not yet. And that's how you're going to get through this. So if you like if you're in a job where you got fired or something, well, figure out how to be on the outside of that job and be a consultant to the same job. Like I've heard of people like working in a job at one thing, having a salary cap of like 60, 70, $100,000, and then coming out and being like, nope, I'll consult you though. And next thing you know, their income is uncapped, because they're expert, but now they can come in on a contract of limited expertise, like limited time with you or whatever. So if you are in that space of wanting to survive AI, it is this. It is become a people person in some way, shape, or form that helps people connect to other people, like really feel and be inspired, the meditating, all the stuff like that, spiritual healing. These are the people who are not going to be replaced. And not yet, not yet. And we'll be the ones that make it out, right? The ones who are palm to palm, heart to heart, like that type of person. And I thought that was just really interesting. And so when I thought about it, and like I said, fast forward, I had this dream of the government coming after people with the healing powers, with the magical powers, the magical gift, the spiritual gifts, because those people keep people from being drones. Those people, these people, us, we keep people from being worker bees. We keep people from just falling in line and sticking with the status quo, like calling out the AI or telling each other, like, keep going. This fight is not over. Inspiring people, empowering people, encouraging people, motivating people, but from a real place, not this fake shit, right? So, if you have that gift, that power, that pull, that calling, I suggest you step into it. So this could be your learning time. So when it's time for you to be bigger, stronger, your back straighter, that you are already working it and you can step in with confidence instead of having to learn something because you hit a tower moment. If you don't want to hit a tower moment, then you begin growing now so that when the sudden change comes, you're already prepared for it. That's the type of people who will survive this AI. It's not the people who think that all they need to know is something that AI can do too. All right. So, that was my dream, is that they were coming after us, and um, they weren't winning. Not in my dream. Because the story will always end the same. You don't get to win. You just don't get to win if you're evil and sadistic. You might look like it for a minute, but the story will always, always, always end the same. And so, like I said, even though tonight the readings were a little heavy for me, they still ended the same. And um, that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. I mean, I condensed the dream into 10 seconds, but I woke up tired. I was like, oh my God. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I just said, I need to remember. And obviously, when I woke up, I had more details, but I'm just narrowing it down. To start a nonprofit to help people in communities. I mean, I guess you can do that, but I don't think it's necessary to help people. You don't need a business to hide under to help people, um, especially if like you don't really have the time to build a business necessarily. I think right now is a good time for like practice and stuff, but depending on the nonprofit, I guess. Is just understand that nonprofits don't equal broke. So don't go into a nonprofit trying to be a martyr. You can still be paid enough to pay your bills. Like you shouldn't have to struggle to the point of sickness from stress. So, I mean, yeah, that's possible, but it doesn't have to be a nonprofit to help people, and it doesn't have to be a business to help people either. So it could be a for-profit business, it could be a nonprofit, or it can be without one. Um, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just talking at this point, so I'm gonna wrap up. Anyway, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me, for chilling with me, for conversing with me. Um, there was a spot where I think I lost people because they were asleep, but that's okay. It has been 5 hours, so we're about to get off. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I will put timestamps on this after it finishes, which it probably won't do until tomorrow morning because it takes a long time for these things to process. Um, uh, Feel free to go back and watch any of the previous readings. I have added timestamps to the ones from this past month, since they've created an AI to help us do that. So I have been going back and trying to put them on previous ones. Again, watch this reading. I did put it as a post. Right now it just has a link. I'm just going to add some words to it. But watch the reading. The reading was actually extremely good, between Hogarth and Sulab. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's Sulabh, whatever. He's very knowledgeable in a nerdy way about Vedic astrology. Both of them are nerdy about the Vedic, but they break it down in a way that's really understandable. And this part of that conversation, the part that I shared, it just, like I said, it sparked the dream. Because, like, when I heard it, I was like, hmm. And then I ended up dreaming about it, and I was like, oh, okay. So this is the answer. This is the answer to what's happening, is for us to really tap into our spirituality and reconnect and stop being afraid of us, because we're greater than anything they can create. So we have got to become stronger in who we are and be like the trees. Create these ways of communicating that reach under the ground and that reach deep into the ground as well, because we will outlast these people. They will fall like always. It's just, how long are we going to let them get away with it? How long are we going to think ourselves weak before we realize we're strong?